Good morning. It's Tuesday, the 9th of June, 2026. So much is going on. When you look at what's happening in the mayoral elections in California, for those people that are still fast asleep and still believe that none of the elections are rigged, this one is that obvious and that in your face. If you don't see it, you're not asleep, you're mentally deranged because it is that obvious. There are many people that I hear commentators saying, well, the 2020 elections you can't accept. No, we can't accept them because they were rigged. And it was very, very obvious to those people who are awakened. For those who are asleep, they can't see anything. So, what's happening right now in California is to wake those people up because it is so obvious, so in your face, that if you can't see it now, you need to check in to see if you've got a brain cell left. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. Following yesterday's earthquake in the Philippines, a magnitude 6.1 earthquake struck off Cuba's northwest coast. Tremors were reportedly felt across parts of Cuba, Mexico, and Florida. Sounds like things are getting a bit shaky, Charlie.
Certainly does, and my heart goes out to the people of the Philippines and also to the people of Cuba. When you have an earthquake like this, it shakes the place up. It does a lot of damage. It takes lives, and in many cases, many lives. The infrastructure in the Philippines and in Cuba is not great. So when there's an earthquake, it has a very, very damning effect on the people who live there, and it is devastating for them. My next story is about Albania and Sazan Island. I know Albania. I've been there. If you know anything about the Albanian people, they're tough. And I'm sure that Jared Kushner has never come up against people like that before. Jared Kushner did a backhanded deal with the government to buy Sazan Island. You might think, well, just another island. No, it's a small island. It's about 4.5 kilometres long, just over 1.5 kilometres wide. It's a small place, but it has 700,000 people living on it. And the Israelis, for some reason, have moved in to temporary accommodation there. Bad move. These people haven't done any research about the Albanians. They've risen up, and you don't want to upset them. These are extremely violent people if you upset them. In Charlie's word, they don't fuck about. And very, very quickly, as the people rose up, not just on Sazan Island, but also in Tirana, the capital, there were hundreds of thousands of people marching against this, to such an extent that the government have now frozen the $4 billion that came in from Jared Kushner. Now, Jared Kushner is just saying, oh, it's a nice island that my wife and I want to build a resort on. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. That island controls the shipping that goes from the Mediterranean up between Italy and Albania. Completely controls it. And on top of it, there is over 3,500, I think 3,600 bunkers, nuclear bunkers on a small island from the Cold War. This is strategic, but the people have seen through it. This isn't an investment in Albania. This is they're trying to steal it for control, as they always do. Otherwise, you wouldn't suddenly move in lots of Israelis. Why would you do that? It'll all unfold very, very quickly, and it won't be in favour of Jared Kushner, I can assure you. These Albanians don't mess about. Be very, very careful. Drew.
Next up, apparent easing of tensions between Israel and Iran. After days of uncertainty, reports suggest both sides have stepped back from further escalation. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has publicly credited President Trump for helping reduce tensions and continues to kiss butt, for he has no friends. For now, many around the world are hoping diplomacy continues and that peace prevails over conflict.
Well, what's actually happening between Iran and Israel is very, very different from what we're hearing. I said to you yesterday, Israel was hit very, very hard. So they need to step back and they need a ceasefire. They lost 1,000 top brass from the military over the weekend. And they'll put out a narrative like a wounded animal. Oh, no, we thank Mr. Trump for helping us. Absolute BS. This guy is a surreptitious, evil person. The truth always comes out in the end. My final story is about the interview that happened between a Russian journalist and a European diplomat. And the Russian journalist just asked a very simple question. You talk about European values. What are they? And the European was struggling to actually mention a European value. So the Russian gave him some help. He said, your values are homosexuality, paedophilia, Satanism, and your legal system. I've never seen a guy so embarrassed in all my life. A Russian got it bang on point. I'll leave you with that thought. That was the news on Tuesday, the 9th of June, 2026. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver. Assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real, own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.